they call it the Chak De curse because none of the Chak De girls did anything else after that in terms of, none of them are like super well known or like whatever. Apart from me, probably slightly, but yeah, not per se Shah Rukh Khan, so obviously, because I mean, no, not really, but yes, that's wherever if I see him, meet him, whatever, it's always really warm and
Yeah.
it's very beautifully reciprocated always. So he's always going to be Kotso or Pa for us. I would probably never ever do like a casting couch bid. That would be a complete deal breaker. I would probably, um, yeah, but otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's about it.
Did you have to ever face it early
I've
in your
always, I
early
think,
years?
women in any case have to face a lot of everything.
Especially, I think people who come from outside.
Yeah, also, yeah, of course.
Hi Vidya, welcome to News 18.
Thank you very much, Sitash.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. And how are you?
All good, all good. Thank you for inviting us to your lovely home.
Thank you.
And I would want to start off with something that you said in an interview. I think this was back in 2019, if I'm not wrong. You said this that it is like suddenly people are waking up and realizing that I'm a good actor. Do you really think it took that long, Vidya?
I don't know. I think we should ask people that. But I feel like just the kind of work that I've been doing and the amount of work that I've been offered now, it was probably before 2019 that had never happened. And of course, apart from Chak De India, which I think almost everybody has seen, I don't think not many people have seen that much of my work. So maybe it's nobody's fault really. But now that so much of my stuff is out there, I guess, yeah, they're realizing that, she's good and you can probably trust her with anything and everything, and she does a good job of it. And I probably said it in a context where I think at that time, Mismatched was releasing.
Okay.
And season 1. And I remember it was supposed to be not seriously a primary character, but a little not so primary. And I did it because I just knew what I wanted to do with this woman, and I really loved Zeenat, and because of that, not a lot of people in the crew or even otherwise must have felt that she would come out as anything, as Zeenat has.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I remember just before the release of the show, I got a message from one of the heads of Netflix saying that you're going to surprise a lot of people.
And you did.
And I did, I guess. I'm glad I did, yeah. I'm glad I got the part, actually, because there was so much that I could do with her, which wasn't really written on the paper at that time.
Yeah. Okay, but now you are awaiting the release of Ruslan, and tell me a little bit about how that experience was like.
I think
making Ruslan.
I think, you know what, when there are people whose synergies are working towards doing something that they love and they really want to put together something nice, it just kind of is infectious. And so whether it was Ruslan himself, Ayush, or whether it was me or Jagapati Babu or our director Karan, I think the end game was, okay, let's make this really sort of pulp fiction-y film with a lot of fun elements to it, etc., etc. And I think I really enjoyed being on that set because it was just really a lot of fun. Of course, there was a lot of banter with Ayush and Karan coming together. They would forever be pulling my leg. I don't know how I'm not some 2 meters or 50 inches taller right now, but yeah, it was, and Jagapati Babu himself, he's been this South superstar who's here, and he's just so fit and proper, and yeah, it was really nice working with all of them. I've had scenes with literally almost everybody, so she even, and but a lot of my work was with either JV sir or with Ayush.
Yeah. But what was the leg pulling all about?
Just generally, they would just keep teasing me through the freaking film. Every time I came on set, Pastor would say, "Ma'am, you're so good looking, ma'am. This is how Ayush talks." And I'm like, look, who's talking, I mean, and why do you say that? Because I get kind of embarrassed to take that kind of, he was always complimenting, always really nice, always, when you did a good shot, there was such, like even if he did a good shot or I did a good shot, we were always there to sort of help each other and lift each other up, because I think that's what this process is all about. Same with JB sir. For him to come and tell me, you really inspire me. I went and saw your Instagram page. And I'm like, oh,
Wow.
God. Yeah, and I think he was also going through a little bit of a sort of a health issue in the middle while we were shooting, and we were still on set all the time. And, yeah, but that's what I think, it's commitment, and it's great. Also, the language was really tough for JB sir, because, he doesn't know nothing of Hindi. So, I mean, not much of Hindi. But, yeah, so it was really nice. And Karan, to top it all, because he was my comfort zone on the film, because everything that I felt that, I don't know if this is right, or because we've shot for a couple of years for the film, and there were a lot of changes that had happened. And I was like, okay, am I being true to my character in this narrative? He would sit and explain, this is how I think this would work. And, it was always like this really nice give and take, which I think works wonders for even actors.
Yeah. The fact that you're a certified yogini, sometimes when you are on a set, do you have co-stars, actors coming up to you and telling you, Vidya, why don't you teach us something or the other about yoga, the why of yoga?
Yes, I think that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Especially people when they look at my Instagram page, then say like, my goodness, how do you do that? How many years have you been doing? And I have, when you go on an outdoor, I remember last season of Mismatched, I was like, okay, let's come to my room and we will do a little yoga session. And yeah, we've done like a cool yoga session so many times actually, on so many outdoors I've done that.
Yeah.
And it's always fun. I enjoy teaching. And if I can tweak your practice to make it slightly better, why not? Because a lot of people I still remember my creative producer on Mismatch on season 1, she's like, dude, yoga is not my thing at all. I want to go to the gym. This is how she talks, my lovely Sanaya. But by the end of it, now, if you look at her, she's a full-on yoga person.
Wow.
Like, she goes to Iyengar classes and she's there. I'm like, I just love it that, the 5 years that I've known you now, from that to this is an incredible change. And I think, I'm not sounding pompous or anything, but I feel like this also, when I started my YouTube channel in, during lockdown, I get a lot of love from a lot of people who actually are blessing me and telling me that, thanks to you, it actually feels like we have the teacher right in front of us and not online, because you're so detailed with your explanations. And I know that when I teach, there is so much of me in there that there are some teachers that actually allow you to, not allow, but something's there that lets you progress from one to the other. Like I've met some teachers in my life, there are certain asanas that are tough, and a lot of asanas are tough, but just that one threshold to pass with one teacher is very important. There are some teachers you'll keep practicing for months, years, and there's no change really.
Right.
But there is this something that just comes along with a teacher, and it just sort of, there's an aha moment or whatever it is, that the body just responds and something happens. And whether it's a meditation or a pranayam or an asana practice in whichever space.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I think there is a gift from up above, or and a lot of years of mehnat as well that sort of has slightly seeped into me, and if I can pass it on to someone, of course, why not?
But how many years has it been?
I have been practicing for about 17 odd years.
Okay.
That's when it sort of came, it started. But like focused practice, like almost like every week and stuff is been about, I started teaching about 8 years ago, 8, 9 years ago. So yeah, from then on I've been very like proper.
Right.
Initially I think it was coming and going with my, whatever time I had. But now it's kind of focused. Because I've never really been like a gym girl and stuff. Though I've started that practice even now. I go to the gym now as well. But that's more because I feel like I need to tone your body a lot more. Strength training is extremely important, especially for women. I mean, for everyone, but especially women over 40, because your bone density just depletes every year by almost 2%. And that's which is why so many people, so many older adults have, thin bones or osteoporosis, or bone disorders.
Sure.
And it's just what happened. Okay, I'm getting technical here. I don't know whether I should.
No, please.
No, but when you're younger, this is your bone and your muscles really holding your bone.
Yeah.
As you grow older, if you don't train that muscle, it'll just start
Keep
becoming
loosening up.
loose.
Ah.
And then something that hits you, or if you have a fall, the bone breaks. Why do you think older people fall and then it's very difficult for
Yeah.
them because the muscle is just so unused?
Oh. Wow, thank you for that.
It's called sarcopenia in, you know.
Wow, but no, thanks
Yeah.
for that nugget of information. I
Depletion
did not know about it in such
I mean,
detail.
I've just explained it to you in like a layman's language.
No, but
yeah.
no, great.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, coming back to Ruslan, you know, almost everybody is doing some high octane action sequence in the film. Did you miss doing that?
Of course, I miss
Did
doing.
you tell Karan?
I mean, I really, I said, कुछ तो कराओ यार मुझसे मुझे like you know, I'm a yogi. I still. So I'll tell you one thing about mismatch. There was this one last season. I was supposed to hit somebody's jaw, and his teeth were supposed to fall. This was the dream sequence of Anmol. You know, who's para, who doesn't have his legs. So I went and told Akash, I said, ye kya hai? Can I just do a circular kick? Because, you know, I can do that. I mean, hello, I'm flexible enough.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but, you know, Anmol can't walk. So why? He would not be dreaming of this. I said, more reason he would be dreaming of this. Yeah, like, you know. And he allowed me to do that. And I kept telling Karan, I said, listen, dude, I mean, it's thoda to hona chahiye na, little kick here, you know, punch there, and bloodshed.
So what did he say?
He's like, not in this one, darling. We'll do another one. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh.
But yeah, I think action. What I really love is, I do like action a lot, but what I would really like to do is do a period film with like a bow and arrow or
that would be amazing.
or a sword fight. I don't know. That's something that really gets me. I am very old world in that space, but yeah. But right now, even if you know, I've shot with a gun, and I remember the first time it just got I sort of went deaf, but yeah. That's all I've done.
Yeah, the recoil is very bad, I've heard.
It is.
Yeah.
I know. No, you get used to it, but yeah, it's the first time was like, okay, I didn't expect it to be that bad.
All right. You know, of course, see, you are largely still known as the Chak De girl, right? I'm sure people still ask you about that. But you know what I'm going to ask you is, I remember you had given an interview and you said that, you know, I signed many films after Chak De, but they kept getting shelved one after the other. What was that phase like, Vidya? Did that somewhere deter your spirit, break your confidence?
No, you know, but what? I'm glad you've done so much research on whatever I've said, but yeah. You know, I didn't come here with really any expectation. I was, you know, I've been born and brought up in a very education-oriented middle-class Maharashtrian family. My whole family is either doctors or engineers or teachers or some such thing, not even in like a business or anything. So, for me to be a part of this, though my mother used to do Marathi theatre when she was much, much younger.
Okay.
So, this was just something that happened in my life, right? So, there was just no expectations. I did not even think Chak De would become what it is. We all knew it was a great script. We all knew that, oh, there is Shah Rukh Khan, so, and it's Yash Raj, so, you know. And then just before Chak De released, I think the promo of Chak De came with Jhoom Barabar Jhoom, which tanked completely. And everybody around kept saying, "Ye kya Maiyo wali film?" They actually called us that. Yeah, I still remember those words. And we're like, but you know, even that I don't think deterred us or anything. Yash Raj changed their strategy of promoting. So instead of the girls, there was obviously you know, the coach that got prominence in all the promos and that. But that was that. You know, we had done our job. For us, we were not interested in anything else when we were on set or anything. We were only playing and saying our lines. That's all we were doing. वो character कैसे बना, क्या बना, there was a lot of coaching, of course, at that time. Also, I'm an accidental actor. I did not go through, you know, years of training to become an actor. It's only after that I realized, bhaiya, if engineers have to or doctors have to go through 5-10 years of training, how am I even thinking that, chal, you know what, today I'm going to be an actor and I will be one? That's just like weird, right? So come on, put yourself through the rigmarole. Of course, I've done hajar auditions even when I was being a model, but that doesn't require too many skills as such. A skill set comes when you go out there and you learn and then you apply, and then you get getting better. So so yes, one feels bad that one's film is shelved or it's delayed or whatever. Of course,
Like, if you
it's-
can tell us how many got shelved, because you said a few did.
Yeah, okay, I don't even remember anymore, but I think Tum Milo, I remember the ones that came out really late. So Tum Milo to Sahi came out really late. Kidnap also I think came out, I don't remember when, but and yeah, there were a couple. Yeah, there was one I think called Hero Heroine that kind of never came out.
Never
only.
came out?
No. And yeah, and a few more. But so of course you feel bad that शुरू क्यों नहीं हो रही है, शुरू क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, या इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है. But you know, you just try and live in the moment, and what is there right now is most important. Yeah, so work with what you have.
Yeah, you know, I asked you actually because it was like sort of the initial phase of your career. So, you know, when you face a roadblock there, it really can shake you.
Yeah, but you know, in terms of my career in the film, started with a film called Inteha, which I don't
Yeah.
think many people have
I have
watched.
watched.
Actually, yeah, quite a few people actually have watched
Yeah.
it. So I shouldn't say that. Yeah, and that was my first film. And that also just sort of, I just stumbled upon
Yeah.
it. And Vikram, they did not even do an audition because Vikram had said that I know what I want out of you, and I've seen you in a lot of ads. So I know that you will be able to perform, and मैं वो निकाल सकता हूँ. So I was like quite blown by the confidence that he had, because I was like, listen, I have never like said like 10 lines in one shot. Like I don't know. He says, don't worry about it. You get all that. You just learn your lines and go. And that was that. And then even that got me a lot of love from people who watched it. They say, you're very good in it, you're very good in it. And I remember Prahlad, who's my mentor, who told me that you're very good in front of the camera, period. You understand. And so just go on and sign the film and do it. And then of course I went through a little bit of training before I went on camera, because I got a teacher and I said, okay, nahi janti hu, kuch kya karna chahiye batao. But I guess, you know, I feel like an actor really comes on as out. I mean, and not that, I mean, young actors are brilliant these days. I don't even know. They just are like born with
They're
it,
so
I think.
prepared.
Always.
Yeah.
To whatever. They just know what they're doing. But I feel like, you know, a certain amount of experience really brings something to the table that yeah. So I feel like, of course, the learning process is never going to end. I'm going to die a student
Yeah.
of spirituality, yoga, acting, everything. But yeah, I think when you live life, maybe a certain amount of wisdom seeps in, maybe a certain amount of, you start observing a lot more maybe, or you just have seen so much life and it kind of seeps in your performances as well at some level. As long as they don't become jaded, you're good. So that you need to be careful of.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also heard, I think somebody say, some Hollywood actors say that 20 years later is when I feel like, okay, at least now I can probably act. So I would say the same thing, hopefully.
Wow. Yeah, you know, so like I was saying, why I'm constantly bringing up this, you know, films getting shelved is because I remember Vidya Balan had once said, you know, when she was starting out her career, oh, namesake, I just, it just hit me. Okay, so no, when she was starting out, I think like a total of about, you know, 7 to 10 films just kept getting delayed or not getting made, which is why, and this specifically happens to women, people start saying that
Vidyas.
she's jinxed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, somebody the other day, one of these interviews, somebody said that, you know, they call it the Chuck. I'm sorry, I'm deviating, but this is how, I don't know, it's just your mind games. They call it the Chuck Day curse because none of the Chuck Day girls did anything else after that, in terms of, you know, none of them are like super well known or like whatever. Apart from me, probably slightly, but yeah. And I'm like, how can you even coin that term?
Yeah.
Chuck
That's
Day
very
is a
derogatory, I
blessing
think.
that
Yeah.
never stops giving, and for all of us, regardless of where we are, what we're doing. But yeah, coming back to you, I don't know. So look, I mean, I don't think anybody calls me a jinx. I do feel like my stars are on a high, and whatever I touch just becomes gold.
Gold.
And, yeah, and I want to keep believing that,
Yeah.
because why not? You know, there are a lot of people around you, in your circles, wherever, might not be saying it, but want to put you down. But I don't want to put myself down, and I don't want to put anybody else down.
Yeah.
What is mine will come to me.
Very
I will
true.
just have to work for it. And I don't mind working very hard. I work very hard.
Yeah.
Nothing comes easy. And it's okay. It doesn't need to come easy as long as it comes at some point.
Yeah.
And that too, I feel like even if it comes, it's great. Even if it doesn't, it's great too, because sometimes you don't know what you want is right for you or not. So
Yeah.
even when I pray, I just say, "Aapko jo chahiye, mujhe de do." I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I want. So he knows what I want. He'll give when the time is right.
How nice. But are you still in touch with Shah Rukh Khan?
Not per se Shah Rukh Khan, so obviously, because I mean, no, not really. But yes, that's whenever if I see him, meet him, whatever, it's always really warm and
Yeah.
it's very beautifully reciprocated always. So he's always going to be good, so or pa for us.
Okay. Vidya, it's been so long for you now. You've been working for so many. It's almost 2 decades, I think. No, no.
Exactly two.
Hannah?
20.
20,
Yes.
yeah. Yes, so 2 decades. Tell me today, very honestly, what's the biggest deal breaker for you as an actor?
So I'll tell you what, the school that I have not come from, but what I have sort of taught myself is that whatever comes, allow it to come. Whatever leaves, allow it to go with a little bit of grace if possible. So what I would say is I would probably never ever do like a casting couch bid. That would be a complete deal breaker. I would probably yeah, but otherwise, I don't know. I guess that's about it.
Did you have to ever face it early,
I've
in your
always, I
early
think,
years?
women in any case have to face a lot of everything.
Especially, I think, people who come from outside.
Also, of course. And but it's so much better now because people are actually wanting to make good films or series, and there's so much at stake. So that bit is obviously a little less. At least I don't see it at all for myself right now, but I'm sure it's there. But having said that, back in the day, there was a lot of that as well. And I'm just glad that, one never fell for it. Maybe it's because of my upbringing. Maybe it's because I was quite sure how I wanted to do this. I didn't know how it would happen or not happen or whatever. But I knew that, okay, where I come from, hard work is the way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not street smart, I'm not worldly wise, but I know what when I've offered any project, or I don't mind going and asking somebody for work at all. If I've enjoyed your movies, I will say I want to work with you, and there's no shame in that. And there's however big an actor I might become or not become, that is something that's there. Humility will always be there. To appreciate someone's work will always be there. And I think I'm probably a little way too expressive in times when I really like something. I will gush.
Yeah.
Even if it's, the color of your sari that you're wearing or whatever, I will gush because that's how I am as a person. And I guess apart from that, everything else can be kind of managed. It's a little putting off when people sort of talk to you like that. But fortunately, because of Chak De and because of the other work that I've done, and also now because of Mismatched, I think there is a lot of respect that I also command. That I've probably earned. And I've never really been the kind of person who has patted my shoulder and said, you well done, you've done this, you've done that. But I think it's probably high time, and I'm learning to sort of do that and be kind of proud of what I have done, because I know I've only done them. It's all on my two shoulders. I've not taken help from anybody except the Lord up there and my parents' blessings, of course.
Absolutely.
Whether how much I have achieved, it really doesn't matter. I'm okay with what I have, what I am, and how it's going. And I'm okay with what I get or not get. Like I said, he's there to give what needs to come to me, so it'll come. I just have to keep taking baby steps to, I had 2 days off and I did a pranic healing workshop. I needed to do a refresher, and I did it because that's a part of, that's a big part of me. Healing is a big part of me, and I feel like we're all born with that basic purpose to help and heal each other, including ourselves. And that's a part of my prayer every day that allow me to do that. And in my capacity, I will. So if that, and then, in being an actor capacity, every time I have time off, I'm looking for workshops to do and stuff to just hone my talent, to just get back and do different scene work, and let's see how that goes. Because it's very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but kudos to you actually for powering through it all. And
His help, like I said, nothing
no,
on
but
my own.
all the best to you. I'm really looking forward, Vidya, to what you bring to the table next, and good luck for Ruslan too.
I know, guys, go watch Ruslan on the 26th of April. We land, roaringly we land into the theatres. So see you at the movies.